Quarterfinal Saturday is in the books, and CAA Hoops Weekly, presented by Under Armour, is here to recap it. I'm Bobby Broyles, along with Rob Washburn. And Rob, it was an exciting day of action, a long day of action. Let's get right to the highlights. We're going to begin with the regular season champion UNCW Seahawks. They advanced with the win over Delaware today.
Yeah, and it was a vintage UNCW performance. 5 guys in double figures. They shoot over 50% from the floor, score more than 90 points. And credit to Delaware, because Delaware hung right with them for the majority of the game. Usually Delaware has had problems when games get real high scoring, but behind Ryan Daly, who was tremendous again today, the super freshman, they hang with Delaware, but just too many weapons across the board for UNCW. CJ Bryce leads the way with 17 points, again, to lead 5 guys in double figures, and it was a convincing effort by the Seahawks today.
Absolutely. So the Seahawks advanced to semifinal Sunday, and they will take on the William & Mary Tribe. They defeated Elon today in your typical 4-5 matchup. It came down to the wire.
That's exactly right. What a game between those two teams. We expected a lot of three-pointers today. We got them. 11 for Elon, 10 for William & Mary, but a back-and-forth game all day long. Elon took a big punch early. William & Mary jumped on him early. Elon battles back and had a 6-point lead with under 5 minutes to go, but the two seniors, Omar Pruitt and Daniel Dixon, come up big down the stretch for William & Mary. No shot bigger than in the final minute, 1-point game. Daniel Dixon gets the ball knocked away from him. He kicks out to Omar Pruitt, who nailed a dagger 3 with about 33 seconds to go and kind of put the game away.
Then we move on to the night session, and this was a great game between College of Charleston and James Madison. JMU really they were playing with house money, as we like to say, and they came out and gave it all they got, but the Charleston at the end was able to secure the victory. They move on to the Sunday semifinals.
We talked last night that it was going to be the complete opposite of that, and we got it. Two strong defensive efforts, two teams that really got after each other all night, and as you said, what a great effort by JMU hanging around. But Charleston showed its toughness. They've won a bunch of close games all year long, and made plays down the stretch. Joe Thiele was tremendous down the stretch, hit some clutch free throws, ended up with 21 points, and Jarrell Brantley, his third straight double-double, 16 points and 10 rebounds. And Charleston got off to a bit of a slow start. They haven't played in a week. We talked about how maybe it's a little advantage to get out and play in that first round and get the jitters out, and Charleston struggled a little bit, but once they got rolling, kind of a workmanlike effort, and they move on to the semifinals.
And then our nightcap was a rematch on this very same time slot, the very same seeds. It was number 3 Towson taking on Northeastern as the 6th seed, and this year the Tigers were able to get revenge in a big way. You can argue that it was the most convincing performance out of all the teams today.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt. Towson clicked on all cylinders. They shot offensively, which is not necessarily their forte. They shoot over 50% from the floor, and then they went to their forte, which they pounded Northeastern on the glass, 43-28, I think, on the glass. And then even more impressive was their defensive effort. They hold Northeastern to 27.5% shooting, really limit TJ Williams. He has 15 points to round out an unbelievable Player of the Year season, but it was on 3 for 16 shooting. And Towson just across the board got a balanced scoring effort and a huge second half from their star freshman, Zane Martin.
And now it all begins tomorrow on semifinal Sunday. 4 teams, the top 4 seeds did advance today. So we're going to begin at 2 o'clock tomorrow with UNCW taking on William & Mary. These two teams split the season series. 2 blowout wins for both teams. Should be a little different here tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting on the neutral floor. William & Mary had a convincing win at home. UNCW a convincing win at Trask. Two teams that like to get up and down the floor, like to score a lot of points, like to shoot a lot of threes. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. And veteran teams. You got the seniors we talked about for William & Mary, and Omar Pruitt and Daniel Dixon. On the flip side, at UNCW, Denzel Ingram and Chris Flemings to lead them. So veteran teams that have been on this stage before, the defending champions in UNCW, William & Mary in their 4 straight semifinals, so they're used to the stage, and it's going to be a shootout. It's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, absolutely, especially when you think of Omar Pruitt and Daniel Dixon, how many tournament games now as seniors that they played together. It'll be a big stage for them tomorrow.
Yeah, no question, and I think they'll be ready for it, but again, UNCW is the number 1 seed for a reason. They're the defending champs.
Yes.
And so, like I said, it's going to be a great matchup tomorrow.
And then after that one, it might as well we could chalk it. It's going to be completely opposite. It's not going to be the offensive showdown, the 3-point shooting. College of Charleston and Towson, it's going to be a physical matchup here tomorrow at 4:30.
No question, 2 teams that will get after it. If they get after it on the glass, they get after it on defense. Points are going to be hard to come by because both teams are going to be so aggressive defensively, and it will be interesting to see who can make plays. there's certainly guys who can do it on both sides. William Adalamoto, Mike Morcell for Towson, Grant Riller, Joe Chile, Jarrell Brantley for Charleston. So there's not good offensive players, because there is, but every bucket tomorrow in that second game is going to be hard fought and well earned. The backboards are going to be huge. Obviously, that's an area where Towson excels, and Charleston's going to have to compete on the backboards.
Absolutely. Two teams that they pride themselves on defense, so that's really what that matchup will be all about tomorrow.
Yeah, no question. I mean, that's what they hang their hat on. Defense travels for both of them, and it's going to be interesting to see who can win out.
All right, once again, 2 o'clock will be William & Mary and UNCW, followed by College of Charleston and Towson. You can see both games live on your Comcast Sportsnet affiliate. If you need to check clearances in your area, go to casports.com/TV info. If the game isn't on your area, CA.TV will have the live simulcast tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, me and Rob will be back tomorrow. We'll recap semifinal Sunday and